All right, if you guys are ready to go, we've got a great announcement from the Lieutenant Governor today, and I want to set the table a little bit and tell folks, especially those who haven't been to New Bedford in a while, where we are and why this all matters here. So we're more or less in the central waterfront, right? So New Bedford is as we all know, has a very, very active port, right? We have the largest commercial fishing port in the United States. We're also an active cargo port, an active recreational port, and soon we will be the launching pad of the American offshore wind industry. Next year is the Vineyard Wind project, America's first industrial scale offshore wind project, gets off the ground. And so this is all, what this means for us is potential, it's opportunity. And we can't take advantage of those opportunities if we don't have the pieces in place. The right workforce, the political commitment, great private sector partners, but also effective infrastructure, right? If useful infrastructure, relevant infrastructure makes ports go. And over the last several years, we've seen a transformation in the Port of New Bedford that has been altogether intentional. We've long recognized that the Port of New Bedford is the lifeblood, the economic lifeblood, and to a great extent the cultural life, center of life in southeastern Massachusetts. If it weren't for the Port of New Bedford, this entire region would be farmland still. And our continued investment in the port has been a huge priority for my administration, and we have been fortunate over the last several years to have had a terrific partner in state government in the Karyn Polito administration to see our aspirations through. We have the aspirations, we have the know-how, we have the vision, we have the strategy, but we don't have the resources the state has. And so without that close partnership with the state, things wouldn't happen. But they are happening now. If you look up and down the waterfront, the last 8 years, roughly, there has been hundreds of millions of dollars of investment that has gone into the Port of New Bedford or is about to. And that is because we have been able to, we've had a great partner in Karyn Polito as Lieutenant Governor and Charlie Baker as Governor. Why do we do it? We do it to sustain our city, to create opportunity for those who live here and those who will live here in the future. New Bedford is a great place, but in order for it to remain a great place, we have to continue to invest. So that's what we're talking about today. Don't look too closely at this sign because it might give away the punchline. I won't give away the punchline, so don't be squinting now. But there's a series of announcements that will be made today about investments, key investments in transportation, connecting ports to the wider American economy. And I want to thank, of course, Lieutenant Governor Polito for her great partnership, and the governor as well. I also want to thank Secretary Jamie Tesler, Secretary Mike Keneally for their support along the way. They couldn't be here today to be part of this, but they are certainly supportive of the work that we do here. I want to thank Derek Santos and Ramon Silva from the Economic Development Council, as well as George Krikorian from the Port of New Bedford. All together, we work very hard on these things, and they come to fruition. And when they come to fruition, it means more good jobs for our folks here in New Bedford and in Greater New Bedford, so that they can provide for their families, send their kids to college, and live a good life here. So we're really excited about this today. And without any further ado, we'll go ahead and kick off the program with Meredith Schlesinger, who is the administrator of the IRAP program at massDOT. Just to introduce our speakers, including Tony Cabral, who's here on behalf of our state delegation, has been very supportive of this particular program. So without any further ado, Meredith, take it away.
Thank you. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Meredith Schlesinger. I'm massDOT's Rail and Transit Administrator. And on behalf of massDOT and the Karyn Polito administration, I'm really excited to be here to announce the recipients of this year's Industrial Rail Access Program Grant Awards, or IRAP. This program is a public-private partnership that funds investment in freight rail projects to stimulate economic development and create jobs here in the Commonwealth. Today we will be announcing over $3 million in grant awards to 7 recipients across the state, and I am proud to be here with my colleagues to celebrate this round of investments. For our speaking program today, our first speaker has constantly advocated for us to do all we can for local economies, whether with municipal grants for infrastructure, with grants like these, which help companies make business improvements to help communities thrive. Lieutenant Governor Polito knows that when businesses thrive, communities thrive. And as Lieutenant Governor, she has listened and taken action to find ways for the Commonwealth to support local community needs. We are pleased the Lieutenant Governor could join us today, and I invite her forward to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Administrator Schlesinger. It's awesome to be with you and all of our local officials, obviously Representative Tony Cabral, Mayor Mitchell and his staff who's here, and you'll hear from Scott Hutchins, and I know his brother is here as well, who will speak about why this particular grant and improvement will enhance the already incredible work that they do here in the New Bedford Port. I love this program. I think it is an underutilized asset that this Commonwealth has. You know, we often focus on our roads and our bridges, our transit. I'm so excited to be in the neighborhood where in not too long from now you will have the South Coast rail station where you will have passenger service that will connect the people of this community along a corridor to Boston, but more importantly, all the folks up in Boston will be eager to get on that rail and come here to New Bedford because there's so much happening here. This city is transforming, it has tremendous momentum, and it has the ability to have a number of different uses coexist successfully together. This is a neighborhood where you are experiencing sort of the heart and soul of the city. People know New Bedford for the whaling industry, your commercial fishing industry, but you also are at the doorstep of the newer industry of renewable energy and how this port will serve as the port of creation of all of the infrastructure that will then be moved by vessel and transported into the water area where the first offshore wind will occur on the eastern seaboard here in our country. So this is a city that embraces the tradition of this industry that has long been part of your story and the new industries that evolve and are incredibly important to be a part of as we address climate change and we address the higher cost of energy and build out our own resiliency on so many levels. To be here at this particular business is an honor. This is a family business that I think acquired this property within the last couple of years. I know Governor Baker visited this business not long ago because of all of the technology and innovation you've brought into the way that you accept fish that comes on rail and otherwise to this facility and then allow it to be stored in cold temperature. But most importantly, it serves as another gateway for fish processing that is a very big part of the economy here in New Bedford, creates a lot of jobs and opportunities for a lot of people. And so I see on this sign, yes, it's cold storage, but logistics is a big part of how this port and how this area is successful in terms of procuring fish, catching fish, bringing it into this port, having it processed, and then distributed to other places around the world that come right through here. And what I love about this program is that it takes industrial rail and enhances it with newer upgrades and infrastructure improvements and enhancements to help businesses like this grow. And another incredible benefit out of the $3 million in grants, a lot of private investment as well as matching these public dollars, so leveraging private dollars, as well as addressing the logistics of road trips. And $3 million, 7 grants will eliminate over 25,000 truck trips annually by better use of the rail infrastructure, just in this small state grant announcement today. So that's a huge benefit for our environment. It's a huge benefit taking off that kind of traffic that can create congestion in areas. And certainly in an area, as we stand here this morning, you see so much happening. It does alleviate some of the pressures on these local roads where you have a lot of literally moving pieces. So it's a great program that has incredible benefits. And I want to thank all of the businesses that are participating in it. I want to thank massDOT for organizing this and being so smart about the competitive grants that are part of this and analyzing all the details there. And before, I think, turning it over to Scott, and then we're going to have Representative Cabral also speak, I want to just say thank you to Mayor Mitchell for his leadership for this city. You know, understanding the importance of this port for commercial fishing, understanding the importance of renewable energy, and creating more opportunities in your terminals for that to occur, for really recognizing the state pier as an asset and the incredible historic downtown that is a wonderful place to visit, to enjoy, as well as creating a ferry service that brings a lot of people in and out of New Bedford to really enjoy the greatness of this part of our Commonwealth. It's been a pleasure and an honor to work with you, to problem solve and to get stuff done, which has been, I think, the hallmark of our administration, and I know yours. So thank you all. Congratulations to the awardees. And at this point, I would now like to turn it over to Mr. Hutchins. Thank you.
Well, thank you all for being here today. This is a really exciting moment for our company and for the city of New Bedford. I want to start off by thanking Lieutenant Governor Polito and Governor Baker for all the support, not only on this program, but on the support of all businesses in southeastern Massachusetts. It's been phenomenal to work with this administration, and I have to say we're going to miss you. So, also want to thank Secretary Tesler and Administrator Schlesinger, as well as everyone in massDOT for awarding us this grant and being so supportive in the process. We're a cold storage business, we're a fish processing business, we don't do many grants, so their help and support with this process is extremely appreciated. Also have to say thanks to Mayor Mitchell, Derek Santos, Ramon Silva, everyone from New Bedford Economic Development Council. My brother and I are both New Bedford whalers. We started our business here in 1998, moved to Fall River in 2006, and with the acquisition of Ice Cube Cold Storage Maritime, we moved back to our hometown last year. We're very, very excited to be back. So, I also want to say thanks to Representative Cabral, all the other elected officials that have helped throughout this process. And last but not least, I want to thank our team, Ice Cube, the family here at Ice Cube Cold Storage, both in New Bedford, in Fall River, as well as our manufacturing and processing business at Raw Seafoods. Together employs over 500 employees with about 500,000 square feet of facility space. And we couldn't do it without the team that we have in place. So I want to thank everyone that's involved in our success every day. We've got a lot more to do in the city of New Bedford. There's a lot of great projects, and this is just the beginning. But let's talk about this project and what these funds are going to help us do. Number one, it's going to help us create a safer working environment here by building out the dock facility that we can't see from here. But right now it's a covered dock that's not very suitable for winter in New England. So with these funds, we're going to be able to build out a new enclosed refrigerated dock space that's going to make our facility a lot safer for our people to work in and a lot more efficient to work in throughout the summer months. It's also going to give us access to tremendously increase our rail car volume. When we acquired the facility last year, in 2021, we received 21 rail cars during the entire year. This is going to give us the ability to receive between 100 and 200 rail cars in 2023. And as Lieutenant Governor Polito said, is going to eliminate thousands of trucks across the country. It's also going to give other businesses in New Bedford and Southeastern Mass a more competitive advantage because rail carring product from the West Coast, primarily sockeye salmon, coho salmon, cod, and pollock, on rail versus on a truck allows us to do it more efficiently and more cost effectively, which makes us more competitive in our sales all over the country today. Last but not least, we're going to create more local jobs here in the city of New Bedford. And I have to say, another beautiful aspect of the project is there's going to be little to no environmental impact with what we have to do to make this a success. So again, thank you all for the support. We're very happy to be here and continue to grow.
Great.
Well, good morning. This is really a great partnership here that you are seeing this morning between the business community, the state, and obviously the city. And in particular, EDC and the work that they did along with Mayor Mitchell also to gear up towards this grant. And the magic here, it's a grant, right? So Ice Cube or Scott does not have to pay back any one of those dollars. It's a grant. But without the legislature, I must tell you, there's a partnership between the legislature, the administration, and obviously the local officials, because it is the legislature that either authorizes or appropriates money for the various programs, be grant programs, loan programs, if you will. So, but it's been great to really work with the Baker Polito administration, in particular, Lieutenant Governor Polito. She really, her role that she has played in this administration to really get to know the communities throughout the state. And she certainly knows New Bedford very well and the needs and the ability of us to try to invest in order to grow. I think she has done a fantastic job. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. And here we have a business, a family business in New Bedford here at Ice Cube that really understood the importance of being not in New Bedford and the access to rail that they're going to have going forward. But let's be real here. Part of the reason why these rail connections will become more and more important, and they will happen more in the waterfront in New Bedford, is because of the investment that we have done on South Coast Rail. Without South Coast Rail, freight rail would not be possible either. In the old rail that was there, on the old tracks, you couldn't do more than 10 miles an hour. Well, that's not cost effective, that's not efficient. The reason why we're going to be able to actually use rail to transport and bring products in and move products out is because also of that investment. We're going to have passenger service, and we have improved rail freight service as well, which will allow places like Ice Cube and others on the waterfront to really become efficient, cost effective, and at the same time really have a climate change impact. You know, when we move things by rail, we get a bunch of trucks off the road, we get a bunch of CO2 off the air, and all of us benefit. The business benefits, the general public benefits, not only through increased business, increased efficiency, but also climate change and the environment overall. So I think it's a win-win situation. Congratulations to Scott and his brother and Ice Cube in general, and also a big thank you to the administration for understanding again the needs of the sport, the needs of the city, and obviously Mayor Mitchell and this team understanding how we can seek the kinds of support that the state offers. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So the Industrial Rail Access Program is a competitive state-funded public-private partnership, as we discussed, and that provides this financial assistance to invest in rail infrastructure upgrades. And so today, I'm so happy to announce the 7 recipients of these IRAP awards that we are here to celebrate. First, we are here in New Bedford at Ice Cube Maritime to award $361,699 to support the railway and unloading facility upgrades that Scott just talked about. And again, we're so thrilled that this will increase the volume of freight rail shipments, eliminate over 400 truck trips annually, and create new jobs. The 6 other grants being announced today are as follows. Arrowhead Environmental Partners will receive $500,000 to support renovations to the company's yard and air, which will increase reliability and volume of freight rail shipments eliminate 5,600 truck trips annually, and create 4 new jobs. Cavosa Disposal Corporation will receive $413,326 to help modernize the Upper Cape Regional Transfer Station in Sandwich, which will increase freight rail shipments, eliminate 2,000 truck trips annually, and create 5 new jobs. To help upgrade the rail car unloading systems in Palmer, Lehigh Cement Company will receive $500,000, which will increase freight rail shipments and eliminate 925 truck trips annually. The Everett Coke Works Rehabilitation Project, which will aid the continued use of freight rail shipper service to shippers in Everett and increase both the reliability and volume of freight rail shipments, eliminating 1,350 truck trips annually, is supported by $499,000 that CSX is receiving. Broco Energy will receive $334,289 to support the 81 Hale Street track construction in Haverhill, which will increase the volume of freight rail shipments and eliminate 3,200 truck trips annually. Old Boston Road Recycling is receiving $500,000 to support new track construction at their recycling facility in Wilbraham. The additional track will increase reliability and the volume of freight rail shipments and eliminate 10,000 truck trips annually. So again, congratulations to all the awardees, and we're really thrilled that we're able to do this. Now that we're at the end of our speaking program, I would like to welcome elected officials, massDOT staff, and everyone up here involved for group photos.